It has just came out breaking news that Donald Trump and, well, the USA has pulled all funding for the war in Ukraine. So, what is likely to happen now? They've only said currently that they're pulling the funding while they reevaluate what the money is going on and where that is actually being contributed to a solution. Obviously, the meeting with Zelensky and Trump didn't go very well. There were digs here and there. He said you're dialing with causing World War III. There was a lot of different things going on, and it only took what 2-3 days after that meeting for the US to pull funding. So what we believe is now going to happen by pulling funding, they also mean pulling support. So that means there will no longer be Patriot missiles, HMAR rockets, extra artillery shells. They'll lose so much sophisticated systems. So dealing with drone strikes, which they've been doing very well at, will be struggle because a lot of the kit is over there is American. Also, the US has been doing a lot of training to Ukrainian forces and loads of different intelligence through satellites, UAVs, things like that. And that's been sent to the Ukrainians so they can have the information to deal with the incoming forces or fight back. Without that, that's a massive, massive deterrent on Ukraine. It's looking very bad. Generally, morale, that's a big, big hit to the Ukrainian forces, especially those on the front line, knowing that we have this big powerhouse of the United States still supporting us. Yes, I think there was a potential that US going to pull the funding, but I don't think anyone thought it would be this quick to do it. Like it's quite a fast shift from being given going wheel split with $350 billion to we're pulling all funding, reevaluating to see whether it's actually going to do anything. Also, apart with US pulling out of the funding, that means that will the European countries, including the UK, increase their spending to like balance the books, so to speak, with the money missing from USA? Will the European groups increase their funding, spending, increasing gas bills, increasing tax? Everything will go up if that's how it goes to it. On the Russian side of things, it's a weakened resistance. The forces out of the money to do a lot of stuff that they used to be able to do. Russia now has a diplomatic leverage. It almost makes it you've put Ukraine in a very tough position. I'm hoping that they do get things sorted and hopefully can come to some sort of peace agreement, but it's not looking very good. So economic consequences, budgets, deficits, reconstructions. Ukraine financial aid has not only been used for Ukraine's military but also its economy, backing enormous costs related to infrastructure destruction, so like your electric, your water, all them things that normal people need. The US have been helping to it, so that would mean with US now pulling out, that means they'll have to increase inflation, decrease the Ukrainian currency. It's like it's getting forced into a Great Depression. It's crazy, but at the minute, it's going to be very difficult to understand how things are going. Diplomatic fallout, Ukraine's negotiating position without that big powerhouse of the US. They haven't got that big peace talk leverage with Russia now, because US and Russia, they've all had the meetings, but like, we don't want you to take any land. That was when the US were on the side. If they've pulled all that stuff, what's going to happen? Russia now have the upper hand in reality. I don't think Europe can possibly increase their spending anymore. There's already, like, even our country, I've noticed it myself, everything's going up, our costs is going up, and the public won't be able to do it. The public won't be able to do it, but now America have pulled out with Ukraine. Will Ukraine now go to China and ask them for help? Because there's been mentions of that previously. But personally, I'm hoping still that this. Obviously, I've watched the meetings with Keir Starmer, him talking about this, putting troops on the ground, making a peace deal, having the European countries help with the peace deal to stop the war in Ukraine. Without the US, it's going to be a lot harder. With the US on board, it would have been very different, very, very different. So overall, with America pulling funding from Ukraine, it almost seems like a shift in the power of the conflict, and it's worrying. So I'm hoping that it can be sorted quickly, because I don't like the way the world's going currently. I mean, literally the breaking news came out like a minute ago, so we'll see how this world ends up, and I'll keep you updated.